Hello, I'm Hayley Lex, and I'm here at Hellfest 2018 with Tomas.
Correct.
Yes, correct. Not Thomas, it's Tomas from Mastodon. Not Mastodon! Can we start again?
We could start it over. We
Should
could
we
also,
just-
no, we should actually, could we keep that?
Yeah, let's keep it.
It's Meshuggah, actually.
I know it's Meshuggah,
All right,
I'm
let's do
just
it.
having too good a time. Should we just pretend that I did that on purpose? Okay,
Whatever
yeah,
works for you, it works
it
for
was
me.
a joke, it was a joke.
It was an
I
awesome,
know you're from Meshuggah.
It was an awesome joke.
You're actually one of my favorite drummers.
Actually, Mastodon is one of my absolute favorite bands. They're probably the best band in the world at this point, I think, personally.
I think
So-
they haven't they just grown so much.
I mean, they definitely, yeah. I saw them in Stockholm a few months back, and it's they've just kind of constantly been kind of getting better and better. And at this point, they're so fucking good, and they nailed every single like singing note, harmonies,
Yeah.
and everything. It was like
And-
spot on the whole night.
And
It was
actually,
unbelievable.
even the drummer, the
yeah,
actual
yeah.
drummer of Mastodon himself,
Yeah, he
has
sings
even
great.
his drumming.
Great singer, too.
And you know, because I know, like I used to play drums, and drumming and singing at the same time is
Yeah.
fucking hard
And
because
some of the
it's,
stuff he does too is like involved
Yeah.
when he's singing, and he's also doing like a, advanced drumming at the same time. But it's mind blowing. Yeah.
Well, actually, one of the questions I was going to ask you is that you, in Meshuggah, not Mastodon, have arguably created your own genre. For instance, we were just watching Tesseract, who I don't know if they would even exist without you. So, having watched, you've come from this really underground scene, you've created this genre, and now you're playing in these bands and you're watching these bands who are almost solely influenced by you. Is that not completely bizarre?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, in a sense, I guess it's really humbling though. I know anything that we can take from that is pride, if anything. And Tesseract, one band, you have all these, like the Djent scene or whatever you want to call it. Whether Tesseract is actually kind of a Djent band, it's up to them to kind of decide that. But I think that goes for us too. We're not a Djent band, but
But you created
maybe.
Djent.
Yeah, people say that, and I understand what they mean. They see us kind of the founding fathers of that, the rhythmical ideas and stuff that some bands took after. But I think most bands are still doing their thing, and their influences range from an array of things, I think. And Tesseract, for example, is a completely different band than us, and it's way more toned down and way calmer and way more dynamic. So I would say, yeah, maybe we had at some point in time an influence on them, but I also think that there's a lot of other things that they take and kind of make their own style out of. We're just one out of the thing. So I think sometimes it's not fair to say that we created anything. We didn't mean to create anything.
I think genre-wise you probably did, but obviously they've not copied you. They've taken what you've given them and they've made it their own.
Yeah, for sure.
But then now you've, I don't know if it was a specific member of your band, but you featured on their latest album. So it's like you're taking people who've been influenced from you and you're giving like more to them.
Well, I don't know. That must have been Frederick then. I'm not even aware
All
of
I
this.
saw was that Meshuggah was featured on the latest album. I didn't know who it was.
Okay. I did not know this.
But you have been, you've been nominated for all sorts of awards in the mainstream and in metal recently.
Yeah.
That must just feel so bizarre coming from such an underground place.
Yeah, it really is. And awards is not something that we ever like. We still feel weird. Like the awards is, I don't know. I guess it's something to put on a shelf, but for other people, the people around us, for our parents, for people around us, it means something to them. To
Like
us,
to
it's
justify
not really.
what you
Yeah, a little bit. To justify all those years when I had no money and they kept buying me cymbals and stuff,
Yeah.
So in a sense, I guess it works out like that. But we're not really too keen on like awards and stuff like that. We, like you said, we kind of come from underground more, and we were fortunate, I guess you could say, to kind of reach a point where we're at now. But we really don't need any awards to tell us that we're doing something that's okay. I mean, we know that ourselves. We're really trying to be as good a live act as we can be, and we invest in lights and stuff like that to kind of make it more of a show.
Oh, yeah.
So we know we're doing something right, you know.
My God, we watched you in London last year in the laser light show. That was just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
That's like Pink Floyd and beyond.
That's
like,
unfortunately.
You don't get that at a message.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's so much hassle to bring lasers everywhere because you have to have a certified like laser technician come out to each and every show, and they cost a lot.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a hassle to bring on tour, and some countries they won't even let you use them.
Right.
Because they can damage people's eyes and stuff like that. So.
Oops.
they gotta be pointed right.
But
yeah.
when it works right, like it was just incredible. Like you could bring someone who wasn't even a metal fan, and they could just be astounded.
Yeah, it's kind of, you take the stuff that we grew up with, in a sense, not maybe listen to so much, but like the whole '80s dance era and the kind of the dance music of the time, they were using a lot of lasers.
Yeah.
But we grew up with that, so for us it's like a weird, cool mix to bring lasers like that kind of the dance lasers to a metal show, you know. But I dig it for sure. Yeah.
So I actually met your girlfriend at the Golden Gods Awards. Jessica from Orange is the New Black. That's so cool. How did you guys meet? She was presenting an award as well, so she's really into her metal, isn't she?
Yeah, we met through music. She used to come out to our shows, and we'd hang out and talk. And when we first got to know each other, I had no idea she was also an actress. That was like a later thing that I found out.
And such a good actress, too.
Yeah, she's great. So, yeah, we met through music, and she's a huge metal fan. And I know really nothing about metal. I mean, now, like contemporary, what's going on, like what bands are active. Like, if you played me 100 metal songs, I would probably get, like, if I had to name the band and the song, I would probably make 4 out of those 100 songs.
Are you like me, like stuck in the 80s?
Yeah, whereas she would probably nail like 99 out of those 100.
Oh,
she's
wow.
really she's a metal fan for sure. She's in metal and she loves it, you know.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I had a friend who toured with you, and he said that you guys said that you write your songs by mathematical equation, and then you figure out from the mathematical equation if you could physically play it. Is that right?
No, that's completely untrue.
Andy from Combi Cries, you full of shit.
No lies. July.
You're July.
Yeah, no, there's nothing
Were
like
you
that.
just trying to tell him that to freak him out? I don't know who told him that in the band.
I mean, I love to freak him out, but no, it's actually the truth in this case. Yeah.
Oh,
no, we don't really. There's nothing like that weird going on. We just write riffs and
You're just like, this guy looks like an idiot. Let's tell him we just write it on a calculator. And
yeah. No, we've actually had plenty of people ask us that question too. We, the calculator thing was like a thing for a while.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
hilarious.
know. Yeah. I don't know how you would write, using a calculator or stuff like
Because
that.
you told me that, and I was like, what? And he
Yeah.
believed it, and I believed, or unless he was just trying to fuck with me, but he seemed to believe it.
He's
And
probably he might not be super smart, maybe.
Oh, let's not show him this video. So, what's next for Meshuggah? Because lately you did stuff that was recorded like almost completely live, and what have we got coming up next?
Well, we do a
you
few more shows now in the summer, and then we do probably South America in the fall, and apart from that, we don't really know at this point. We're probably going to do kind of a similar run next year for festivals, try to hit whatever festivals we couldn't make match up this time, and see if we can make another 3 or 4 week run next year. But we have to start writing at some point, so this fall or in the winter time we'll probably start writing for the next album. But next album will not be out until 2020 at the earliest.
Okay,
Yeah.
so put that in your diary, everyone. January 1st, 2020, Meshuggah album. Well, thank you so much for talking to us. I'm so sorry that I'm such a fucking retard that I said Mastodon.
This is Tomas of Mastodon signing out.
Yeah, Thomas of Mastodon.
Woohoo!
Just kill me. Just fucking kill me.
it was
such a
great.
fucking
It
blonde
made it
idiot.
more fun. It made it more fun.